tell me. Okay, control flow in try catch. Okay, we will see the control flow in try catch, guys. Control flow in try catch. Control flow in try catch. Okay, so now let me write one simple program. I mean normal okay scenarios. You tell me. So now where we will put, guys, the risky code
In try catch, try block.
in the try block. Okay, stmt2. Okay, stmt3. So this is what, guys, try block, right? So now here I have what catch block. So in the catch block, what we have exception, something, some exception, right? So here exception type I'm not writing. I'm putting what x. X means here what, guys? Exception type. Okay, clear? Exception type, guys. X means. So now here I'm having what, guys? STMT something called for statement 4 I have. Now, okay. Now here what STMT 5 I have. Like this we have a program. Let's assume, right? So now here I'm asking you. Okay. So now in the first case, okay. In the case one I'm asking, let's suppose, okay, if there is no exception, see in this program, if there is no exception, understand? If there is no exception, what is the output, guys? If there is no exception, what is the output here?
Statement 1,
Statement 1,
3,
statement 2,
5.
1, 2, 3.
No,
Statement 1,
5.
statement 2, statement 3,
statement 5.
5.
statement 5. Okay, right. Statement 1, comma stm2, 2, comma st3, comma
Statement 5.
stmt5. Okay, stmt5. Finally, what it is? Normal termination or graceful termination, right?
Yes.
Normal termination. Okay, so now case 2. This is very, very important. Okay, so that's why I'm presenting in this way, guys. Now case 2. In the case 2, if an exception is raised at statement 2, see, exception is raised at statement 2, guys. Okay, now next scenario I'm telling, in the statement 2, let's assume an exception is raised. Okay, and the corresponding catch block matched. Corresponding catch block matched. Okay, exception is raised at stm2 and the corresponding catch block is matched, guys. Corresponding catch block is matched. Then what is the output? Corresponding catch block is matched means what? Okay, something at line number statement 2, let's assume arithmetic exception is raising. So to handle that exception in the catch block, we have to handle, right? In the catch block, same arithmetic exception only we have taken. Let's assume. Okay, corresponding catch block is matched means in that way, guys. Understand? Now, what is the output? See, in the line number statement, statement 2, there is an exception. And the corresponding catch block also matched. Then what is the output here?
Statement
Statement 1,
Statement 4.
Hmm.
Statement 5.
statement 3 and statement 5.
See here, at case 2, exception raised at statement 2, right? And the corresponding catch block is matched. So that is the scenario here. Okay, for this scenario, you guys has to tell the answer. See now, try block. So the try block, statement 1, the first statement 1, right? So now stm2, the first statement 1 is executed and there is no issue, right? So after that, statement 2. While executing statement 2, what we are saying here, maybe there is an exception is raising and corresponding catch block also matched, right? While executing statement 2, there is an issue. There is an exception, right? Now, when exception is raised at the time at the statement 2, while executing statement 2, what will happen, guys? Immediately, the corresponding catch block will execute, right? So here, corresponding catch block is matched or not? Yes, matched. Matched means what will happen? The corresponding catch block will execute. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Right? So now directly control will come to where guide from statement to directly catch block, right? Control will come from statement 2 to catch block, because at the statement 2 there is an exception. So to handle that exception, where it will go? Corresponding catch block it will go, right? In the corresponding catch block, there is a what? Matched exception is there. Corresponding catch block also matched. In the catch block, what it will do? First, it will verify. Okay, the corresponding catch block is matched or not with that type of exception. Understand? If arithmetic exception is raising at statement 2, the same arithmetic exception has to be there in the catch block. Then only it will match the exception, right? Let's suppose a statement 2 arithmetic exception is raising, but in the catch block, if you have null pointer exception, is it matched catch block?
No, sir.
No.
No, right? In the catch block also we should have what? Same arithmetic exception type. Then only it can match. Then only that corresponding catch block will execute, right? So that's what here. See here what I'm saying. Exception is raised at statement 2 and the corresponding catch block is matched. Okay, corresponding catch block is matched. Let's assume at the statement 2 arithmetic exception is raising. Even in the catch block also we are taking what? Arithmetic exception. Means what? Matched catch block, right? So in this scenario, what will happen? Statement 1 will execute, and while executing statement 2, there is an exception. Okay, I mean to handle that exception, control where it will go, corresponding catch block it will go, right? From statement 2 directly catch block. In the catch block, what we have? Statement 4 we have. So now statement 4 will execute. Okay, statement 4 will execute. After that, statement 4 means what? Exception handling logic, right? Exception handling logic will be executed. We are handling. So after that, what will happen? The rest of the program will be executed normally. So what is the rest of the program after the catch? After the catch, what is the rest of the program here? Statement 5,
Statement
right?
5.
STMT5. STMT5 will execute. Finally, what it is, guys? Normal termination. I mean, normal or graceful termination. Do you see any abnormal termination here?
No, sir.
Okay,
No, sir.
normal termination. Clear, everyone? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, we will go for next scenario here. Okay? Now tell me. Next scenario I'm writing. Now, exception raised at STMT2, statement 2. Okay? Exception is raised at statement 2. And the corresponding catch block is not matched, guys. Previous scenario, corresponding catch block is matched. But now the corresponding catch block is not matched. Okay. Now tell me what is the output here. So now, see here what? In try block. In try block, what happened? First, statement 1 will execute, right? STMT1 will execute. Fine. So after that, at line number, I mean, while executing statement 2, there is an exception. And even when the exception is raised, the corresponding catch block should match, right? Here what the corresponding catch block is not matched. Yes, we have catch block, but that catch block is not related to the exception what we are getting. Clear? Everyone? Let's suppose at statement 2 we are getting arithmetic exception, but here in catch block we are handling null pointer exception. There is no match, right? I mean that is the called what? Corresponding catch block is not matched. Okay. Now statement 1 will execute. At the line number statement 2 there is an exception and the corresponding catch block is not matched. So not matched means what will happen, guys? Not matched means what? We are not handling the exception. If you are not handling the exception, what will happen?
There will be
Okay,
abnormal
termination, right? Abnormal termination, and you will see what, guys? Exception messages in the console, technical messages in the console. Finally, we have what? Abnormal termination, right?
Termination.
Abnormal termination. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I will tell one more scenario here. Case 4. So in the case 4, if an exception raised at statement 4, see, if an exception raised at statement 4 or statement 5. Okay. Let me write. if an exception raised at statement 4. Tell me what is the output here. I'm not asking the correct output here. Just you are telling it's a abnormal termination or graceful termination.
Abnormal termination.
Abnormal.
Okay, abnormal termination. Let's suppose where it exception is raising at statement 4 exception is raising. See guys, in the catch block also there may be a chance of raising exception. Okay, in the catch block also what we will have exception handling logic. We are going to write what exception handling logic, right? So while writing exception handling logic, maybe in that particular logic what we are going to, maybe there is a chance of raising exception. Understand? Come on guys, clear everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, in the catch block, what we are writing? Some Java statements only we are writing, right? So, but while
Yes, sir.
executing this Java statement, there may be a chance of raising exception. Okay. So, always exceptions are caused what? Due to programs, programming code. Errors, for errors, what is the cause? Due to system resources, lack of system resources. But exceptions means what? Due to the program code, right? So while executing statement 4, there may be a chance of exception. Okay. So if an exception is raised, means what will happen? We need to handle that exception. Are we handling this exception here? We are not
No.
handling, right? So the statement 4 should be there in where? Try block.
In
And
try
corresponding catch block we should have. But there is no try block and there is no catch block for statement 4. So now at the line number statement 4, there is an exception is raising. So if exception is raising, what it has to do? It will check, do we have any exception handling logic or not? Do we have any matched catch block or not? Do we have any matched catch block here?
No.
We don't have. So
No.
we don't have means what? Abnormal termination of the program. Right? Abnormal termination of the program. Normal
can we-
termination. Right?
Sir,
No.
can I ask a doubt, sir?
Yeah, tell me.
It is not going anyway. We are not getting any exception within statement 1, 2, 3, na, sir. So it will not go inside catch block. Like
No,
we are
that's what I'm saying. Na? Here I'm not asking the output. Okay.
okay.
Let's assume in the state. See, let's suppose statement 1, there is an exception. Okay. So now while executing statement 1, there is an exception. So now there is a matched catch block, right? Now the matched catch block is executing, right? So while
Yes.
executing matched catch block, what is the statement we have? Statement 4.
Statement 4.
Now while executing statement 4, let's suppose there is an exception. So that time what will happen?
Then there will
Yeah.
be abnormal termination.
Abnormal.
Correct.
So that's what I'm asking. Okay. So
Okay.
here I'm not asking the what you call output here. Okay. While executing catch block when it will be executed, if there is an exception at try block, then only catch block will execute.
Yes.
Okay. While executing catch block, so there is a statement called statement 4 here. While executing statement 4, let's suppose there is an exception, right? So if an exception is raised, means what? Definitely we should have alternative and matched catch block, and we should have what? Exception handling logic. But here we don't have any matched catch block. So that's what definitely it would be what? Abnormal termination of the program, right?
Yes.
Clear everyone? So now,
Sir,
Yes.
can we keep try catch for statement 4, sir, within the catch block?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, we will see.
Okay.
Now, while executing statement 5, so let's suppose there is an exception. What would be the output here? Here also abnormal termination. Understand? So let me write here or statement 5. Okay. In both scenarios, what is the output, guys? Abnormal termination. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So here we have to understand one thing, right? What we have to understand. So let's suppose in this example, okay. Now let's suppose let me write another scenario, case 4. Okay, let me write case 4 here. In the case 4, let's suppose if there is an exception, at stmt1, okay, if there is an exception at stmt1, okay, and corresponding catch block is not matched. Corresponding catch block is not matched. What will happen? is not matched. Not matched. Tell me.
Abnormal termination.
Nothing will be printed. Normal
Nothing will be
termination.
printed and
Normal
abnormal termination. You will see what? Okay, in the console you will see the technical errors, right? Now, am I right or wrong? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now here what? Abnormal termination. Abnormal termination. Okay. So now the next scenario, case 5, I'm asking the same thing, guys. If there is an exception at statement 1, okay, the corresponding catch block is matched, guys. Now what, guys? Corresponding catch block is matched. Okay. Now tell me what is the output. What is the output, guys? Now tell me.
Statement 5.
Statement 4, statement 5.
Statement 4,
Right?
statement 5.
STMT4, STMT5. Next one is what? Normal termination. It's not abnormal, right? Normal termination.
Yes.
Come on, guys. Normal termination means what? You will not see any technical errors in the console, right? Abnormal termination means you will see the technical errors in the console. Okay. So no, it's what? Normal termination. Come on. It's a normal termination, right? So now, see here, you have to understand one thing. So now, so here at the try block, at statement 1, there is an exception, right? At line number, at the statement 1, there is an exception. So due to that, line number, statement 4 and statement 5 will be executing, but not statement 2 and statement 3. Am I right or wrong? Okay. So here, do we have a chance to execute statement 2 and statement 3 in this scenario? Hello? Come on, guys. No,
sir.
right? Because at statement 2, while executing statement 1 only, there is an exception. If an exception is raising means what? Definitely the control will go to the corresponding catch block. From there, the rest of the program will be executed. But here what? At statement 1, there is an exception. Due to that, statement 2 and statement 3 is not executing. There is no chance to execute statement 2 and statement 3. Am I right or wrong? Okay. So now, what we have to understood,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So the
sir.
try block, right? So while executing try block, okay. So, while writing try block, we have to keep only risky code under try block. Okay. So now the try block size, okay, always should be less, guys. Understand? Always it should be what, guys? Less. Come on. See, within the try block, if anywhere an exception is raised, rest of the try block will not, won't be executed, even though we handled that exception or not. Am I right or wrong? Within the try block, if anywhere an exception is raised, the rest of the try block won't be executed, even
Yes,
though
sir.
we handle the exception also. Hence, length of try block should as less as possible. Okay, length of try block should as less as possible, and we have to take only risky code within the try block, but not normal Java code. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see here in the risky try block. So here, let's assume, so there is a try block, guys. Okay, there is a try block. So now in the try block, let's assume we have 1000 lines of code we have. Okay, so now in the 1000 lines of code, last 20 lines of code. Understand? Let's assume 100 lines of code we have in the try block. Okay, so now last 80 to 100 lines of code. So that code we are writing what? For JDBC connections. Okay, JDBC connection related logic where we are writing, guys, under 80 to 100 lines. Okay, so now JDBC connection means what? Our Java application has to connect with the database software, and we need to perform some data manipulating operations. Okay, so that's what we need some JDBC connections. So where we have written that logic? under 80 to 20. Come on, guys. Okay. Now, from state 1, I mean, for first line to 80 lines, if there is an exception, let's suppose at line number 50 or line number 40 somewhere. So there is an exception. If the exception is raised, what will happen? The control will go to corresponding catch block, right? Now the corresponding catch block is executing. So after that, after corresponding catch block, I'm writing code what? Okay. So insert some records into the database table, or update some records into the database table, or delete some records into the database table. Understand? Hello? Where? After catch block. Right? Now, while executing after catch block, so do we have connection objects here, JDBC connection object here? We don't have JDBC connection object. Right? Without JDBC connection object, how can we connect with database? We cannot connect. If you're not connecting means, how can you perform delete operations or update operations or what do you call create operation, I mean insert operations? We cannot do. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me
Yes, sir.
see here what I'm trying to say here. Let's suppose. So this is the real-time scenario, guys. Okay. Real-time problem I'm telling. So now let's suppose this is a try block, guys. In the try block, what we have like this, we have what, guys? 100 lines of code we have. Okay. 100 lines of code we have. Let's assume. So now, see here. Okay. So these 2 lines, I mean, here, these are 20 lines of code, last 20 lines of code. Okay. Let's assume. So here, what we are doing, guys, creating JDBC connection object. Okay. Here, last 20 lines of code, I mean, 80 to 100. Last 20 lines of code, what we are writing, guys? Creating JDBC connection object. Okay. So creating JDBC connection object related logic we are writing. Okay. So now finally what happened? This is the try block is closed. Finally we have what? Catch block. In the catch block, something we are handling some exception. Exception EX. Okay. Exception EX we have. So now here what? We are having some exception handling logic. Okay. Some exception handling logic we are having here. Exception handling logic we have. Fine. So after that, next statement. Here we have, right? After exception handling, we have next statements. Am I right or wrong? So in this here, what we are putting, you know, here we are putting, we are writing logic like, okay, update or delete or insert records into database. Okay, so that kind of logic where I have writing after catch block, let's assume. Okay, so finally this is the class. Okay, now see here like this, you have a written one Java class, guys. So now while executing this class, here in the try block, we are putting 100 lines of code, right? First 1 to 80 lines. Here, let me put here what? First 1, 2, these are what? 80 lines of code. Let's assume. So while executing 1 to 80 lines of code, somewhere at line number 50 or at line number 40, some exception is raising. Understand? Some exception is raising, either null pointer exception or cast exception or file not found exception. Some exception is raising. Guys, can you follow me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, some exception is raising. If an exception is raising, what will happen, guys? That's, I mean, at line number 50, exception is raising, right? So now these are what, guys? 81 to, oh my God. 1 minute. Okay, so these are 81 to 100. 81 to 100. These 20 lines talking about what? Creating JDBC connection objects, right? So now 1 to 80, while executing line number 1 to 80, in between there is an exception is raising. Let's suppose at line number 50, then exception is raising. So what will happen if exception is raising? Control directly will go to catch block.
Catch block.
Right? In catch block, there is an exception handling logic. That exception handling logic also executed. Finally, once the exception handling logic will be executed, control where it will go, the remaining rest of the program will go. What is the remaining rest of the program? Let's suppose here, the control will come to here, right? So in this here, so which logic we have written? Which
Update,
logic we
delete.
have written? So here we are writing the logic to connect with database and update or delete or insert some records into database, right? So in order to update the database, in order to delete the records in the table in the database, right? So what we need? JDBC connection object we need. Without JDBC connection object, how can we create? How can we connect with database? We cannot connect. Understand? So to
Yes,
connect
sir.
with database, we should have what, guys? JDBC connection object. But where we are writing the JDBC connection object related logic? Under 81 to 100. But here 81 to 100, is there any chance to execute 81 to 100 here? There is no chance to execute 81 to 100. So without executing this 81 to 100, how do we get connection of JDBC connection object here? We don't have connection object. Without having JDBC connection object, how can you connect with database software and do some, data manipulation operations? We cannot do.
We can't.
Am I right or wrong? Understand what is the
Yes.
problem here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that's what we have to do, So always only the risky code you have to keep under try block. Understand? Only the risky code you have to keep on the try block. We should not keep normal Java code under try block. Understand? So the statements which has to be executed irrespective of exception raising or exception not raising, those statements where we have to keep, guys, out of the try block. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Come on, guys. Okay. So the risky code only we have to keep under try block, and we have to keep the try block size is as less as possible. Okay. As less as possible. As less as possible means what? So in which lines you are thinking maybe there is a chance of raising exception, only those lines of code you have to keep under try block. Understand?
Sir, if I have multiple lines of risky code, so
That's what
I have to
I'm
use
coming to. Yeah, I'm coming to that next point. That one only, Mani. Okay. So understand this one?
yes,
No?
sir.
See. So
Yes.
now, yeah. So now let's assume. See, actually, I think already we discussed it, guys. In Java, okay, normally JVM will execute what, guys? Sequentially, right? One by one, from top to bottom. So like that only it will execute, right? So now let's assume here what? Let me create. Okay. So like that we have. So here, this is first statement. Let me. Fine. So like this we have, guys. This is one statement. And after that, this is another statement. And after that, this is another statement. After that, this is another statement. Okay. Like this, we have what? Several statements. Let's assume. Okay. Like this, we have what, guys? Several statements. Okay. Like this, we have several statements. Fine. So now see in Java, right? While executing Java program, already we discussed, guys, this point in previous classes. So JVM will always start execute what? From top to bottom sequentially, one by one, right? Why one by one? Why JVM is executing linear programming executing here? One by one sequentially. Let's suppose while executing the line number 1, we are getting some output, right? After executing some statement, we will get some output, right? Maybe that output, okay, that output should use as an input to execute line number 2. Understand? Here, see why we are following linear programming execution means, So let's suppose here first 5 lines of code is there, guys. Okay. After executing this first 5 lines of code, you will get some output, right? You will get some output. That output may be as an input to execute next 5 lines of code. Dear everyone, please
Yes, sir.
respond. Okay.
Yes,
See
sir.
here, let's suppose first 5 lines of code is executing. After completion of this first 5 lines of code, definitely you will get what? Some output. Okay. So that output, I mean that some value you will get, some result you will get. That result may be input to execute next 5 lines of the code. Understand?
Yes.
See, in the first 5 lines of code, maybe there is a method, guys. Okay. What is the method? Get student ID. That is the method. So while calling get student method, what you will receive? Student ID you will receive, right? The first
Yes,
5
sir.
lines of code, you are calling one method. What is the method? Get student ID method you are calling. So when you call get student ID, what you will receive? Student ID you will receive. That student ID is the input to call next 5 lines of code. In the next 5 lines of code, we are passing the student ID as a parameter to execute some other method, right?
Yes, sir.
Where it is next 5 lines of code, that kind of logic is there. So now here see first 5 lines of code. Okay, after executing first 5 lines of code, then only next 5 lines of code will execute, because what? There is a dependent, right? Next 5 lines of code, when it will execute? Once the first 5 lines of code is executing, after that we will get what? Student ID. That student ID is required to execute next 5 lines of code. So that's why here what? In Java we are following what? Linear
Yes,
code
program.
execution, sequential code execution. Okay, top to bottom, line by line. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now see here. Here, let's suppose here first 3 lines of code, there is no problem. Okay, next 3 lines of code, there is a problem. Seems to be there is a risky code. So where we have to keep this risky code? Under try catch, right? Come on, guys. Under try catch we have to keep, right?
Yes, sir.
Next 3 lines of code, there is no risky. We will keep as it is. Next next 3 lines of code, there is a risky code. Again, where we have to keep this again next 3 lines of code, again under try catch. Within a Java program, we can create many try blocks, many catch blocks. There is no restriction. Clear your doubt, Vani?
Yes,
No?
sir. Yes.
Okay, so let's suppose we have 100 lines of code. In 100 lines of code, we should not keep these 100 lines of code where, guys? Under try block. If you keep all these 100 lines of code under try block, okay, already we saw what is the problem here. I explained, right? So like this, we may get some problem, right? So now what we have to do, instead of keeping all the 100 lines of code within the try block, now within the try block, what kind of logic we have? Risky code also we have, normal Java code also we have. But we should not keep risky code and normal Java code within the try block. So always we have to keep in try block, which code we have to keep, guys? Only risky code we have to keep in the try block. Understand? So now let's suppose here 100 lines of code we have. So first few lines of code is risky. Yes, we will keep in try block. Next few lines of code, okay, not risky code, normal Java code. Don't keep it in try block. And after that, some lines of code, again, after few lines of code, again seems to be risky. Again, open try block and keep it there. Understand? In Java, we may create multiple catch blocks. There is no restriction. OP people clear on this.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
here normal code. This is what, guys? Normal code. So now this is what? Risky code. Risky code where we have to keep under try and catch, right? Here we will keep try. Okay, this is what? Risky code. That's what we have to keep what? Try block, right? Something wrong. Try block. Okay, guys. So try means what? Definitely it should be there. What? Catch block also should be there. Okay. So I'm putting something. Okay. Catch block. Like that. So again, this is what, guys? Normal code. You don't need to keep normal code under try block, right? Again, this code is risky code. Risky code means where we need to keep. Again, we need to keep under try block. Right? We need to keep under where? Try block. Right, guys? So here try block. Immediately what we should have? Catch block. Okay, like this. Clear, everyone? See how many try and catch blocks we have? 2 try and catch blocks we have. So instead of putting all the 100 lines of code within one try block, we are keeping what, guys? Multiple try and multiple catch, multiple try block. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, we cannot keep this lines of code and here these lines of, let's suppose first try block lines of code is 30 to 40. Okay. And next try block code is 60 to 70. So can we keep this, 30 to 40 and 60 to 70 into one try block? We cannot keep. Why? Already I just now explained, right? Here what? The linear programming. First 3 lines of code result may be input to next lines of code. So that's what we need to keep as it is. We should not keep, the 70, 80 lines of code. We cannot take it from here to directly here, guys. Understand? Because what? There is a dependency, right? So that's what here what? We have to create what? Multiple try blocks. Understand? See, within the risky code also we have. Again, normal code also we have. Again, risky code also we have. Again, normal code also we have. We cannot segregate all the risky code in one place. All the normal code is one place. Understand why? Because here what? Linear programming means first line of code, after executing first line of code, the result may be input to the execution of second line of code. Right? So that's what we are writing here line by line. Hope you people clear on this, right? In addition to try block, exceptions may raise even in
Catch.
Catch block also.
catch and finally block also. Okay, so we will discuss what is finally. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.